Everyone. This is Martha. I am a relationship counselor and clinical sexologist. And today is Valentine's Day. So some of you are like Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day or whatever. Some people don't really like Valentine's Day because of all the commercialization. However, just like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Children's Day, Labor Day, I think these are days that can serve as a reminder of what is important in our lives. And these reminders act as reminders. You can treat it as a pleasure and joy, and you can also treat it as pleasure and pain. It's entirely up to you. We are adults and we are of choice. So in today's video, Happy Valentine's Day, I want to talk a little bit about my thoughts around love because love is a big part of what I teach and why I do what I do in helping people. And yesterday I did a talk together with my friends, and the session was called Celebrating Love. So one person talked about self-love, I talked about dating, and another person talked about marriage. So in the session, I covered things around dating, and I was so inspired by the response that I decided to create a like a extended, longer session on modern day dating. So if you're in Singapore, please check out my website and see if you are interested to come for this workshop. You can go to eroscoaching.com/events. That's where I list all my events. And with dating, it has become more complicated with dating apps. However, I feel we just need to get smarter on navigating dating and not let it overwhelm us. So in time to come, I'll probably do an online version, but for now, I want to do the face-to-face version relating to dating. I am not a dating expert, but I do have experiences around it and have done research around navigating dating safely. So I wanted to share this with people out there. Okay, so my thoughts around love. Love is our superpower. Love is um, one of the biggest lessons that we are on earth to learn and experience. And we experience love in all forms, from our parents, the first people to be in love with us, from our friends to our lovers, our spouse, and really, love is all around us, from service providers, taxi drivers, our servers, the waiter and waitresses. There's love everywhere if you just look. There is love in nature as well. People who are happy will just radiate, and we receive love and beauty all around us if we only look. So love is our natural state of being healthy and being happy. And when we don't feel happy, sometimes we attach it with, I don't feel happy because I don't feel loved. And we can actually love ourselves. So learning how to love yourself is a big part of learning how to be in love. And if you think about it, some of the thoughts that came up for me before, when I go into playing victim would be, let's say, for instance, I catch myself booking a very horrible hotel, and I feel very sorry for myself, and I have choice to leave or stay. Uh, if I leave, then I might lose the money that I put into paying for the hotel, for instance. So I've noticed like some of the thoughts that came up for me before is, if only my parents knew what I was going through, they would be horrified. Some of the thoughts around, if my parents, or I've never had to do this, or I didn't have to put up with this, actually it came from the quality of love and care that we have experienced in our lives. So learning how to love ourselves came from the love that we receive from around us. And being loved allows us to realize what is acceptable and what is not. It helps us to have strong boundaries in our lives. So for those of us who came from difficult, challenging, traumatic childhood, we need to learn how to heal ourselves so that we can be healthy, and then we can be in healthy relationships, and we can be expressed. So sometimes the link between not learning themselves and not being in loving relationships does affect their sexuality as well. Because when you don't feel safe by yourself with your partner, it's very difficult to be expressive sexually and also be creative and playful in the bedroom. So I'm talking a little bit about love being all around us, and the love that we experience from our parents, and how this relates with the love that we have the ease in finding, having clear boundaries. Once you have attracted a partner and committed to each other, for instance, perhaps some people after the honeymoon period, it can be a period of months or even years, or even as short as 1 year. Um, what do you do to keep the love going? So in a lot of couples, they do understand the need to have commitment, to have a good relationship with their the communication and having the intimacy. But I think a lot of people uh, don't really value the need to keep the fire burning in the relationship by infusing excitement and new experiences into their lives. And it can be very different for different people. Maybe you might prioritize it more than your partner. And if your partner is going along and having an attitude about it, often it may not work as well. So it's really about having very conscious and intentional interactions to infuse energy into the relationship. So there's so many things I can talk about: love, relationship, sex, but I just wanted to make this short video touching on each of these different topics. And really, if you want to be negative about this day, you will just make yourself miserable. If you want to be happy about it and tap into the universal energy of love that is all around us, it can still keep you really happy, yummy, juicy. And I see love of so many forms. I can only be grateful for it. This morning, I just woke up with so much gratitude for all the love around me, especially from my first love, my father. And from the moment that I grew up, he made the decision to, from the moment I was born, he made the decision to love me, to guard me and protect me. And he has been there and really dropped everything and been there for me in situations when I really needed support and not judgment. And I just love that they have always been there for me. My mother passed away in October 2018. And I know it's so cliche to say it, but I really wish that I had spent more time with her. And even though everything was good between us, by the end of her life, um, and I have peace with it, I still feel so much love and gratitude for her still. So anyway, um, yeah, so I just thanked my father today, this morning, wished him happy Valentine's Day, and acknowledged his love for me and my love for him. And it's wonderful to be able to reach this age where I can have this relationship with my father, and before my mother passed away, with my mother. And I'm grateful that I reached this good place of having so much love and gratitude for everything around me, including my parents. And so those of you who are single, don't think of Valentine's Day as only the entitlement of people who are coupled. Really look at the love around you. It's all around if you just look. And when you have gratitude and you raise your vibration, it's much easier to attract better things into your life. So rather than being negative, why not choose to be positive about it? So this is Martha. I would love to invite you to check out my website and my work, my events, and see if we can meet in one of the cities that I'll be visiting. So I'll be in Sydney tomorrow. I'm leaving for Sydney tomorrow, but actually arriving on Sunday for only 3 days in Sydney, running 3 workshops as well. And I'm actually going there for a filming for a dating show. So it's very rushed, and I'm just doing 3 workshops there in Sydney. And later in early March, I'm going to Bangkok. I'm doing 2 workshops there. And then um, later in March, I'm going to Brisbane, and then in April, I'm going back to Melbourne. So I have all these workshops planned, and it's so exciting that with my travels, I'm able to help more people, and I feel more and more confident in myself and in my work. And I really have dedicated my life to being of service to people, and I hope you guys can feel this intention to support. And so it would be great if I could work with you and see you in one of my workshops. So yeah, do check out my website. That's eroscoaching.com. Happy Valentine's Day.